All right, I was right. I have
I'm
everything
not
set
sure
up
if the
right.
bottom is like not thick enough though, but I can. You right?
Right, starting in control center. Make sure I got all my shit set up. Bloop.
Okay, Miles, I'm gonna have to ask you not to steal this from me again.
Bloop. Oh.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Almost. You almost got it. It was close. I imagine you're kind of mad right now. Oh, nope, you're dancing. Respectable.
I'm sorry, Reinhardt. After everything that happened.
Round one. Capture the objective.
No, I missed the tab. Hold on.
Round one. Capture.
Okay. So, right now, the biggest kind of issue I see is Soldier is bad right now, just because there's so much healing. Without like a damage boost or a Discord orb, Soldier can't really burst down targets super well unless he hits a juicy helix and has really good aim. But, you know, if it's a comfort pick, I understand. And then the two main healers is kind of rough, especially with like Ana. We'll see how you do, but Ana can heal as much as Moira, like considering for burst heals. And so they take ult charge away from each other, which is why you have one main healer like Ana or Moira or Mercy, and then a flex healer with like Lucio, Xin, Brig, who can get ult charge from damage done as well as healing. So the way you have it set up right now with your Ana Moira is that you're going to get half as many ults as you would normally because one of you is going to be taking healing and ult charge away from the other. So that's why you don't normally see two main healers, and that's why people complain when you have two main healers in solo queue.
Are we holding up in the mid area, or are we gonna wrap around?
Everything else in your comp looks pretty good though. Tracers, Arya, Ryan, pretty
They went
standard
straight
stuff.
doing.
There's a Hanzo.
Okay, so first thing I see, your Reinhardt's behind you right now, right? And so you're putting yourself in a really, really risky position by trying to get that nade. I mean, it's a nade on the Rhine, but which is good. But since he still has a shield, Zarya still has bubble, Moira's right behind him. There's like for when the anti wears off, there's really nothing you can capitalize on here, and so you kind of put yourself in an unnecessary risk to get a not super high value anti-nade. So I would, especially at the beginning of a fight, just focus on staying back, probably back, and pin, kind of in this area right here. That's horrible. I need to shrink that. That's even worse. I don't know how this thing works. Leave me alone. But try and hang out in the hallway where you can just heal and be relatively safe from spam and that sort of thing. What am I doing with my life? Hold on.
Salma behind.
nade.
She's dead.
You're going to be okay.
They're wrapping around left side.
Oh, what is wrong with this YouTube video?
Right low,
That was a
right
good
low,
nade.
right
That
down.
was really good.
Hanzo left.
Try and listen to sound cues more. You could hear that Sombra shooting at you before she was
Marcus,
hacked.
you got a bubble for me? I'm about to tilt someone off the face of the earth.
We haven't got that Sombra yet, have we?
Yeah, I got
Nice.
a bubble for
It
whoever.
worked.
Don't worry about it, bro.
It's okay, nobody saw it except me.
I got Shatter soon when we break his shield. If we want to use it here.
So a really cool thing you can do right here that I like to do and not a lot of people see is once they push in through that choke, I gotta make this a smaller. Oh, there we go. Pink. So once they push in through that choke, you can actually nade right here, and the splash, like once the Reinhardt gets past, and that splash will actually nade and anti everybody there, which can make for a really easy engage from your team.
Doing it.
Living that down.
Ah, that fucking dragon.
Oh, goners. I got stuck on tanks. Fucking column.
It's unlucky. It was one of the situations where I would have naded, and I probably would have fucked up because of it, because the nade could have saved you 2 tanks right there. But you could have also nanoed. It's all, you know, hindsight's 20/20 sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I would have asked for heals. Or nade yourself or something.
Nope.
Ooh.
Sombra down.
Ryan's
job.
up.
You
Push
gotta
it
get
in.
your tank some
That-
point.
You guys win that, just recontest.
More no fade. Brigitte on me.
So in 2C and 2CP, in Koth like this, it's always better to even stagger onto the point to prevent them from capping than to just give it up, because it's always going to be super way more difficult to recontest and retake the point than it is to keep it, especially since you were like 3 up. You should have. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I would have been yelling to contest point.
Me.
I claim this objective.
More is wavy.
So right here is a great position for Ana to be in. You got that mini health pack. Mini health pack over here. You got cover over here. You got the little ball behind you. Cover right here. So that's a great position for Ana to be in. I know they have a Sombra, so kind of gauge how well the Sombra's been doing and how much of an issue she's been posing to you, and judge your positioning off of it. But I would stay right where you're at right now.
Watch for potential grabs soon.
Tracer no recall.
Tracer down. Or not Tracer. McCree down.
Yeah, see how you moved up, and you kind of have cover with the wall right here, and then the dildo in the middle of the point, but there's no health pack, right? What have I done? Why is it? There we go. There's no health pack in the middle of or anywhere on the point, while there is a mini over in this direction. So especially when you're playing Sombras and some super heavy dive characters like Doom and Sombra, Tracer, Genji, all that stuff, you want to stage next to a health pack. That way you kind of have a safety net when they do dive you.
Enough.
Nice.
Shatter's coming up soon too.
Yeah, and then right here, I'm gonna use my fancy stat banana for this. Okay. So their team's pushing up from here, right? So they can see all the way over here, right here, right here, right? And your, where is it? What the hell? Your Reinhardt is right here, which is fine. Why is that so small? But you are also, what in God's name, you're not a Junkrat. Where's Ana? Playing right here, which just so happens to be in that sight line, right? So if they just push up a little bit more, they can shoot you and give you a bad time. Is this how I do that? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess those are there forever and ever. So what I would do is hold back here around this little dildo, so you can still heal your Rhine, but without taking unwanted poke from the doorway.
Watch out for grab.
Okay, I've got
Unfortunate.
Shatter.
That was just kind of a blind nade. But, you know, I
Oh,
feel you.
shit.
Nano,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my god, thank you. Holy crap.
You guys got that.
That was a good nano target. Only problem being you held your nano for way too long. Since it's like it's a pretty fast charging ultimate.
There, but, you know, I just had
So
to,
don't be afraid
That was clutch.
to use it before like the
Ryan to
perfect
Ryan,
opportunity, because you should be able to recharge it before
Good shit, guys.
before you need it again.
Yeah, we coming back.
Dude, that Anna's new buff is like OP.
All right,
Yeah,
how do I do
no
this?
shit, fucking.
It'll
I've
turn
never
that
seen
game
so
on.
many
Aha!
purple people at once, dude. Like when I see purple, I fucking go in.
We don't know.
Damn it, I don't have gold healing.
Garden.
That'll be more charge for both of us.
All the way right side.
Yeah. He's right. It is more charge for both of you.
They have Winston Diva, Brigitte, Moira, Soldier.
Are they running mid?
So that was bad. I respect I respect the thought, but man, y'all fucked that up. Yeah, so you were only really diving with Doomfist. You didn't really have anybody else to back you up, and Lucio Doomfist is not a solid dive team, especially when they all turn on you like that, which is just unlucky. I would have stayed with your tanks for more of that, considering Ryan Zarya, especially against their comp, which we're only seeing for now, but Ryan Zarya really needs a Lucio to be effective against dive tanks, because they're pretty immobile, so they need that speed boost.
What? Elbow.
While we're here, let's look at the comps. Yeah, this is the DPS duo is really strong. What in God's name? Sombra Doomfist is really, really strong. You get the hack, and it's an easy target for the Doom if you coordinate that much. Otherwise, they're just fine on their own. I need to make that small again. There we go. Tanks, of course. Zarya Ryan, a classic. And heal is good. There's not a whole lot of utility here aside from speed boost. That's kind of one thing I don't like about Moira. She has a lot of healing and can do some damage, but there's really... That's it. It's just heals and damage. There's no antis, no speed, no damage multiply, nothing. Yeah, their comp is kind of strange. They don't have, like... They got the dive tanks, but that's it. Those are the only people going to be diving. So, especially with Ryan Zarya, there's not really a single character you have that's diveable, except for maybe Doomfist. But so once they dive in, just all turn on the tank, probably going to be the Diva. Just to get her out of mech, and that way you can... Well, no, you don't have anything that the Diva really eats either, so I would focus the Winston and burn them down. And it'd be an easy fight after that.
Brigitte down. Moira low, Moira dead. They got no healers.
Oh god, there's still
They
lines.
got no McCree.
He's on me. Diva.
Diva's hacked.
I'm down. Yeah.
Ooh,
Soldier
so
down.
close.
Diva demacked. Monkey. Diva Diva.
Oh wow.
My guys.
Nice. That was a 3v6.
That was weird. That was a strange fight.
You guys got fucking annihilated.
Coalescence charging.
I'm just like, hey, healers, meet hammer. I got Shatter.
They're starting to push in now.
My ultimate is charging.
Good.
They're going main.
Please stay there.
Main.
Please stay there.
They're looking for me. I mean,
Don't be afraid they use that mini health pack
They
behind you.
trying.
That way you don't have to take up resources for Moira.
I'm gonna pop this Shatter.
Big sleep. I don't know who you slept, but it's big.
McCree's down. Soldier's down.
Good job.
Breaks down.
Moira hacked. Moira down.
Okay, that's gonna be play.
Damn it, I didn't get to Shatter. Are you holding up? Pushing
So
up?
you kind of want to watch and
Oh.
be sure you know when they're pushing forward, so you can kind of follow. Also, when they push up, what in God's name? Where's my draw? I don't know how to work this thing. But when your team pushes up to this choke, don't follow them up here. This is a bad spot for Ana. That's a big no-no, right? You want to come here and use this line right here for cover. That way you can still see the sight lines, and you still have sight lines even into this little portion right here, but you're safe. And if you like, no one can really dive you from that far back. And then even if you take some damage, you can get healed by the Moira, or you pick up that Mega right there.
My ultimate is ready.
When they try to push in, I'll open with an EMP from behind.
Also, another thing, don't ever hold on point. So if you're holding here, right? The other team can come from this way, this way, this way, this way. It can come around back, and they all get to choose the engagement on you, and you're a sitting duck. Right? Ooh. So what I would do is I would come out here and hold in this area, right? Use the line for cover. Use this cover, this corner for cover, and they have to come out through this choke or this choke. And either way, you have some pretty good lines to hold it from, and you can, especially with Ryan Zara, you can just spam the shit out of them and win the fight that way. But holding on point is usually the worst thing to do, because you're in a specific point with limited routes of escape, and they can come from any direction they want.
They're going down the side.
Don't go forward. Yep, you got stunned and you died because you were too far forward.
Oh wow.
Hold back here, right? Or even right here. But this would be kind of pushing it since they were coming from this direction. So I would hold right here, and you can still get the same sleeps. You can still get the same nades as they push in from this doorway. Plus, you're safe. So the biggest problem with your Ana play that I'm seeing right now is positioning. Right, you try and hold too far forward, and this is a pretty common problem where Anas try and front line for whatever reason.
Oh, that was really.
The soldier flank.
You're a sniper, so you have pretty much unlimited range. You don't have fall off damage.
Oh, nice. Get those picks.
I would use that to your advantage.
Nice charge.
Nice.
They don't got another push, do they?
That's my fault. I wasn't paying attention to anything.
Hey, it worked.
Big sleep. Oh. use the. That was another one of those blind nades.
Monkey hack.
Nice sleep.
Focus him.
Gotta get.
Try not to use your cooldowns like reflexively, like or
Soldier down.
aim everything.
Lower on point.
Even it includes your shots. Don't like
Good shit, boys.
hold left click
Good
when you're
shit.
just
Oh my
projectile
God,
aiming.
let it go off
Oh
the
my
map.
god. Fuck off.
Aim each shot. Aim each nade and aim each sleep.
I was about to fucking dive off the map too.
Yay.
Good job.
Alright, Miles.
Yeah, work on your positioning. Just be farther back, always. Use your sniper skills to heal from a distance and throw nades from a distance. But yeah, it was a good job.